Hello everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe, become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, and follow us over on social media. So today I'm gonna yell about Team Funky, okay? Because this is my problem, alright? Because some people were like, well, Cal, you don't even know them yet. It doesn't fucking matter, because it's not about who they are as people, it's not about their personality, it is how they fucking look, and they look terrible. And I was talking about this in Murder of Birds as a Patreon Discord call, and we were sort of talking about this in a call. I am so mad about it because they don't look like they match with Team Funky. And RWBY has had issues, okay? People have criticized since Volume 4 that things have gotten a lot more muted, a lot less colorful, right? I've seen people sort of edit videos where they turn the saturation up a little bit and stuff looks a lot better. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And so I would definitely agree that there was a time where character designs looked a little funky, all right, in terms of their clothes. You have, Watts, for example. But Watts got a new coat this volume and he looks fucking very fashionable, very, very, very nice. Watts looks great. And so I feel recently that they've been sort of working on that they've taken the criticism of these characters have fucking terrible outfits, please fix them, right? Because they gave Watts a new coat, and that was really the best time to sort of change up their outfits, right?
Sure.
But in terms of designing the new characters, I feel like everyone is just fucking colorless, okay? Because here's the first thing. Everybody looked at the Aesops and they were like, wow, these people are fucking boring. Okay, in terms of body type and personality, they're interesting, but on the outside, and I get that they're all wearing the uniform.
Yeah, they're in
and I get
uniform.
that, and maybe that was the excuse I was giving, right? I was like, okay, well, maybe if they weren't in the uniform, right, they have colorful outfits
I would
outside
say
of
that
that,
they're very,
whatever.
I feel like a sign of their, I would argue that the Aesops are very well-designed characters.
I think their body type is,
Yes.
but it was just, I feel like the clothes and the hair to some extent was turning people off. Because if you think about characters like Neptune and Scarlet and you know what I mean? Even Coco, she has a little bit of a dyed ombre sort of effect sort of thing. When you look at the characters back from volumes 1 to 3, a lot of them have very bright hair. You have Pyrrha, you have Penny, when you think about it. Even side characters did. Team Indigo, I think all of their hair is colored. So you have Clover, who looks like a fucking Chad, okay? And I love Clover now, but based on how he looked, we all thought he was gonna be an asshole. Mara looks fine. I still don't like the hair that they gave him, but he has the tail. Elma's very tall. They all have very diverse body types, and the most interesting one look-wise, I think, is Vine out of all of them, and then Harriet. I feel like they did good with her because she has brown hair, but she also has sort of the streaks. You know what I mean? But it's sort of none of their hair is sort of brightly colored or anything, and I get that it's out Atlas, but you also have people like Funky that are around, and you still have Penny. Penny still has bright orange hair, you know what I mean? It's not that weird, all things considered, because we think that it's natural, right? Neptune doesn't dye his hair, at least I don't think he does. I think it's supposed to be implied that those, wild hair colors, that's Pyrrha's natural red hair.
Yes.
She didn't, box dye, her hair, if that makes sense.
That RWBY somehow has a not natural, red ombre to her hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is strange, but it's anime, so I'll
it's
allow
all
it.
sort of natural. But when you look at the Aesops, it's where is the color in any of them? They all have basic fucking, and it's mostly the hair, right? Because again, I'll excuse the uniforms, they're in uniform, they're doing their job. Fine, whatever. Then you have sort of Robin, who is a new character this volume, and she looks plain as fuck as well, okay?
I feel
she has
like
nice platinum hair, and I like that, but all of their clothes, all of their clothes are so plain.
Voice. I feel like that implies it's trying to communicate something, and I feel
Maybe.
with Robin it communicates the idea of a revolutionary.
Sure.
Of someone like a hometown hero,
But
a
Sienna
man
was a
of the people.
revolutionary, and so was Adam, and I get that they're not the best example. So was Callie and Gira. I think they have great clothes. But Robin just, I don't know.
They have
I'm just saying, Robin looks
okay,
like she came from a different show in terms of her clothing. And I love the designs of the
I like
sheep
the
girl.
idea that she's a man of the people, unlike Adam and maybe even Sienna.
Yeah, I know.
Because when you look at Sienna,
But
she
I'm
has
talking about character design, though, Hunter, in terms of their clothes.
And I feel like character design needs to inform the character that they are. I feel like it works for Sienna because she built herself a fucking throne in a throne room. She thought highly of herself. Whereas someone like Robin's nah, like, hello, fellow kids. I'm just like you.
I like Sheep Girl. I think that she has a great design. I like Joanna and May. Like, I like those two. I think that they had interesting designs. One of them was a lot more androgynous and had sort of markings. Like, it was cool. But in terms of their clothes, I'm like, what is RWBY's problem lately with the fucking clothes? Okay? I don't know what to tell you. I get the idea that they're trying to convey, and they look sort of ragged. Like, you know, Robin has a scarf and it's torn at the end. Like, I fucking get it. Okay? But
Why
then you come
so...
to Team Funky, and there is no fucking excuse. They are Team Funky, okay? You can't be like Hunter and be like, well, they're revolutionaries, they're scrappy, they need to be ragged, or like, oh, the Aesops are in uniform. There is literally no excuse when it comes to Team Funky. You could have made them as funky as you wanted, and I feel like they fucking wasted opportunity with these two characters, because Ivory, I won't say his outfit is bad, but he has a stupid fucking weapon. Blue-haired Sephiroth guy does not look like he belongs here, and he doesn't have a weapon at all, and he looks like a fucking Final Fantasy character instead of fitting in with sort of the musical theme that Neon and Flint have. Okay, because Flint has the trumpet, and you may be like, Neon's not musical, but she says never miss a beat, never miss the beat. So in my head, she's always sort of been the lead while Flint was sort of her backup, and if they had other members of the team.
I feel like her thing was that she was a raver.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it was all sort of music, and she had the glow sticks that had, like, the nunchucks. Like, they just have cool weapons. Rainbow fucking weapons. And then you have Ivory and Cobalt, okay, who don't even look like they belong here. And I'm like, what are you doing, guys? Like, why? What a waste. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think...
disagree to
what
an
would have been
extent.
Nice is if they wanted to do the dress thing, they should have done it as one character, and they should have had a character whose clothes changed from blue to white, if that's what they wanted to do. They should have had it.
And white and gold.
Yeah, they should have had their clothes change instead of having two characters both based off of the dress, because I feel like that would have worked better. And then you could have given them, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like a techno, like a sort of flashing type of I guess, I don't know, like, musical instrument. I don't know exactly what you would call it.
I suggested a guitar.
But it would be interesting if you gave them sort of like, you know, a rave costume where their costume is changing to the point where you would be like, is that the same character? Like, that would be kind of cool. And maybe you could incorporate dust. Like, that would be a dust thing. Because Cinder changes her clothes with dust, I think. Like, that's, dust is sewn into clothing, and that's sort of a thing that is talked about in World of Remnant and the RWBY Compendium and, like, other sort of places and stuff like that. So you could have a character that uses dust and it's like their clothes and stuff like that. Like, that at least would have been a bit more cool and a bit more flashy, right? Because that is what the team sort of is. But why? I just don't understand. I don't understand how somebody looked at Sephiroth guy and thought, oh yeah, that's a great addition to Team Funky. This Final Fantasy character who doesn't look like he fucking belongs here. He didn't even have a weapon. They didn't even want to give him a weapon, and I get it. They're side characters, right? Like, we're probably not going to see them again, but...
Kaylin, I feel as though you're making mountains out of molehills here.
If Atlas is under attack, okay... we're probably gonna see them, and they look fucking terrible. And here's the thing, Hunter. It's the reason why I explained all those other things, the Aesops and Robin, and did I mention Tyrion and Hazel in this version of this video? I don't remember.
You did.
But the reason why I mentioned all the previous transgressions was because I kept making excuses. That I kept saying, guys, it's fine.
I also don't think they're transgressions.
You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I kept making excuses for things that people were criticizing. And I kept saying, well, the Aesops are in uniform, Robin's like this, you know, Hazel and Tyrion, they're like that, right? I kept sort of making excuses, but it's sort of like, at this point, it seems like a recurring problem that they can't make characters have fucking clothes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the problem is.
I feel as though you're making mountains out of molehills here, because, like, of a lot of the new characters...
saying it's a progressing issue.
I don't
They've
think
done good redesigning the characters that they already have. Like, I think that Flint and Neon look great, but that's because they were already given something to work with. Anytime they have to make a new character design, I feel like they're fucking lost. Like, they lost the plot a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know that they wanted, like, they probably thought, oh, the dress meme, that's such a good idea. And I think it would be, but not the way they did it. And Team Funky does not, like, it just doesn't fit in with the rest of the team.
I will say that especially Sephiroth doesn't feel like it belongs in the rest of the team.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, who the fuck are you, right? Ivory, I could maybe, like, if his outfit color changes and, like, that had a connection to his whip, I think that would be really cool, right? And his whip and his pointy thing, because I think it looked like a fucking relic. It had the same colorization as one of the relics. It was, like, gold and blue, and I was like... hello? Like, is this the relic of creation, sis? Like, we don't know. But yeah, and so that really irritated me. But you could have had it so, like, his outfit could have changed every time he whips or whatever. Like, every time he cracks his whip, his clothes change with dust or something. And I'm pretty sure there's blue dust, like there's water dust or something like that.
Dust.
Like, I'm pretty sure that would have, yeah, water and ice. Like, whoo. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that would have been fine, sis.
I don't buy your argument that this is, like, I will say that is slightly, but, like, for, like, background characters, I wasn't, like, so invested in how they look. But they're
not necessarily, like, I know their background, but they're not that background. Like, they're not, like, you know, the thirsty moms level of background. Like, people have been waiting to see the rest of Team Funky since they were introduced 3 years ago or 4 years ago, right? And so it's sort of like, fans have made better designs than what we actually got, and I hate when that happens, because I'm just like, why are the fans that, like, you know, are designing these for fun, why do they come up with better concepts compared to the people that are working sometimes, you know what I mean, in terms of character art and design? And they've paid people. You paid somebody to make the Manticore, as far as I know, right? And a fan artist made the Manticore, they paid that person because they like the idea so much. So why, like, if you guys, I don't know, I don't understand, and I'm very sad.
I feel like you're right in that it was a bit, like, disappointing, but it's also like, well, I don't know, maybe some people were more invested in it than I was.
We probably won't care again. Like, I'm just saying that, you know what I mean?
I feel like I disagree with you in that you're saying, like, the new characters they've created since, like, Volume 3 aren't visually interesting. Because I would say Sienna Khan's really visual.
I'm not saying all of them.
Maria Calavera. I would even say, like, Finnick and... I don't know, I kind of dug the ears and the thing.
I like their hoods, but again...
I feel like a community... Even Ilya.
It's a color thing.
Ilya's not colorful.
Okay, Ilya has...
But she's a stealther.
But she has the worst suit!
But she's stealth, so it makes sense that she would just have something black that kind of, like, hides into the background. Like, I feel like...
I don't know.
Character design... I feel like if your stealth operative comes up here like, hey, I'm rainbow asshole, motherfucker. No.
But I'm saying in terms of the actual costume.
And it's like, oh, I think we're getting spied. I think I spotted, like, rainbow asshole motherfuckers trained to their dress over there. The one that lights up when they walk, like LA Gear shoes?
Looks terrible.
That one.
Ilya's actual clothes, like the design of the clothes. If she why couldn't she wear something that was a bit more cut off like Cinder had? In, you know, when Cinder's doing the stealth thing and she's in the cat suit? They could have given something like that to Ilya. But instead it's like this weird, like, overall, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's this top, like, overall, and then, like, the pants. I don't know how to explain it. It looks fucking weird. It looks ugly. That's all I'm trying to say, is that the clothes look ugly.
I love
the characters, but it looks ugly.
I see the black, and I think stealth, and I see the overalls, and I think lesbian, and, like, there we go. God. That's basically... But... I disagree with your assertion that her thing looks... I think it works for the character.
I think that it works in concept, but that doesn't make the clothes not ugly, Hunter. Like, just because she's wearing a stealth suit and that works for Ilya because she's a stealther does not mean that the clothes look nice.
I don't know.
Does that make sense?
Especially her redesign, I think, is really dope.
I think the redesign is good. And so that's the thing. It's that when they already have a character to work with, on the second or third try, they seem to be doing okay. Like Watts. Watts is a fucking magical, like, that coat saved Watts' whole characterization.
Why did you hate Watts so much?
So terrible and ugly before.
Really? You've never expressed this? Or like Vernal? I thought Vernal looked like a badass.
I don't remember what Vernal looks like, but I'm pretty sure it was brown. And
No, it was not. It was more like
I'm done with the browns, guys. Like, just...
It was dark, but it was not brown, I think, and it had like a fur collar, and I think she looked cool. She looked like a badass. She looked like someone who would live in the woods and attack sack villages for a living. I think what people get confused by is, like, they want to fuck Vernal so bad they don't realize how ugly her I didn't want to fuck Vernal. I just think she looks good.
Anyway.
I think it works. I disagree with you.
My main problem is the actual design of the clothing.
I will say that Funky was disappointing, but I won't say that RWBY.
That's all I wanted to say. Okay,
I was agreeing with you on that, but I don't come earlier.
Yang's garage overall outfit, like,
I love it.
Yang's car mechanic stuff, no, like, that's fucking ugly.
I dig it.
Here's my thing, okay? They had such nice clothes in the older volumes. I don't know what happens.
I feel like
I hate to be that person.
I disagree with that.
Volume 1 to 3 was the prime time, but, like, their alternate outfits, I even really liked. Like, I liked Weiss's alternate outfit, like the all-white stealth clothes.
Unpopular opinion. I feel like Blake's outfit has only gotten better with time. Because, like, original outfit was kind of plain and didn't tell me a lot about her. Like, she just, like, was black and white, and I don't know, like, was there, like, oh, she sees the world and only black? I don't fucking know where that... And then with, like, the trench coat, and now with, like, the introduction of many belts, even the zippers, I'm like, but I still dig it, you know?
Anyway, again, it's
Weiss,
mostly...
I think she's only gotten more interesting.
Clothing designs and weapons. That
RWBY,
is
I
my
feel like
beef.
it's only gotten more intricate and more interesting.
I think Yang's have gotten worse. Everybody else's have been sort of... I think Weiss's have been better. I really liked her volume.
I think everyone
outfit.
has gotten better. I think that Yang has kind of stayed... I think it's a bit of a downgrade from last ones.
Yeah.
But I also
like,
feel
I think
like...
Nora and Ren look great. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening with the new characters, guys. I'm just so, like... People have been waiting and making fan art and, like, theorizing about Team Funky, and, like, this is what we fucking got. They should have just made the I in Team Funky fucking Ilya, right? Because Ilya has rainbow and she has a whip. Like, this random fuck already has a whip. She could have just been the eye. We could have had
I will say that the new guys, but I'd understand some people put more, like... People, like, really dug that fight,
it's
and
just
people
like,
put more...
Imagine Team Coffee, Hunter. Like, think about the Team Coffee book and the color and, like, how unified they look. All of them fit into the coffee theme, if that makes sense. Like, Yasuhashi, Coco, Velvet, and Fox, they all look...
Brown?
Coffee.
You know brown, that color you hated earlier?
Yeah, but it's different! It's because they're all... There's a difference between their brown, right, which is still a vibrant brown, and, like...
I don't know.
Garage mechanic brown.
I feel like if you color swatched Coco's outfit and Yang's outfit, Yang's new outfit would... it would either be the same or Yang's would be slightly more colorful.
I hate Team Funky. I hope that we don't see them.
I love the redesign.
I love them. I love Neon and... I hope that we see Neon and Flint, but their fucking side hoes die. Like, I hope that Ivory and Cobalt just die. Like, Roy got carried away, like, from the Nevermore. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope that Cobalt and Ivory die, and that's why they didn't put that much effort.
I don't know. I feel about Cobalt the same way I feel about the Team Bronze. Or not Team Bronze,
Even
or
Scarlet
about
and
Team...
like, think about it, like Sun is
Scarlet
yellow,
and Sage,
Neptune is blue, Sage is green, and then Scarlet is red. Like, they're
and as we all know, the sun is notoriously green. I look up there and I think, my God, that glass.
No, but they
green...
just all, there's something about them that all works together.
But like you were complaining about their weapons, but when you think about it, motherfucker just had like what? Like had a sword and a flintlock.
He had a trident. It was cool. Neptune has a trident.
Neptune doesn't have a trident. He has a glaive.
Yes, he does.
It's a glaive.
No, it's not.
It's got a trident.
It's called Try Hard in the RWBY book. Trident, Try Hard.
But I think it looks like a glaive. It's called a trident, but it is a glaive.
It has
but because people because Sun and Neptune are the Neon and Flint of Team Sun.
But Scarlet and Sage look nice. Like, Scarlet has a great design.
Scarlet legit.
And then he has the
hair.
pistol and the
Scarlet's hair was just
cool.
taken from a K-pop star.
And that's great.
And he's like a pirate, and it's like, who gives a shit?
I do.
And
I like it.
Sage has like a tattoo on his neck, and it's cool, and he just has like, it's fine, like it's cool, it's fine.
Yeah,
but he just
that's
has
what I'm saying. Team Funky isn't cool. They're not funky.
He has a Buster sword.
All right.
You know, I'm just saying
he does.
He has a Buster sword. He has a big sword. Yeah.
That's Yasu. Yasu has the big sword.
No, and also Sage.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You know, like, oh, just like Ilya has a whip, we don't need another whip.
Well, I mean...
I'm saying they're not great, but I'm saying they, like, they fill the same space
I think
as,
that Sage and Scarlet look much better than fucking Ivory and Cobalt. I hate their names, too. Like, Cobalt is just so... I don't know.
I don't know, he's Cobalt. Cobalt is blue.
Flint. Cobalt. Ivory.
Ow! I don't know, I feel like you like Neon
Cat. Flint, Cole, Cobalt, Ivory.
You also don't know what their last names are. Like, I
there's
don't know
nothing
if
that could save this, Hunter. Like, you tried, but there's nothing, okay?
Like, okay, I will say that, like, I'm not crazy about them, but, like, also, I feel like your assertion earlier that the newer designs are worse, like, overall, is just wrong.
But
like,
I'm saying the newer characters. I'm saying, like,
the new characters
first time that
wrong.
they make a character have clothes.
Yeah.
They look bad.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
I vehemently disagree with that.
I think there's more evidence saying the opposite. Like Watts. How Watts looked before and how he looks now. He looks better now.
I would say that he looks better now, but I don't think he looked bad. Or like Tyrion. I didn't think Tyrion looked bad when he was first introduced. like that stark white jumpsuit and like his little like pink belt thing that hid his scorpion tail. Like I dug that. It was kind of, because you get the idea that he's so much like a psychopath, he wouldn't care about how...
Even Pietro! I love Pietro's design!
Yeah, he's like...
And I love his little bow! But what about his clothes?
His chair, how it has Jordans, like, I dig that.
I hope that when we get to Vacuo, that everything is super bright and super, like,
Motherfuckers live in the desert!
Yeah! I hope that it's super bright, like bright reds, bright
everything
oranges, bright yellows, bright purples.
Everything that we've been told about Vacuo would tell us that they wouldn't be, like, bright like that. Because they're fucking surviving and they're cutthroat and they're, like, eating grass and living in the jungle. I want them to be
I want everyone to have very bright colors. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think we've made our opinions clear.
Anyway, I don't...
We've drawn our battle lines.
I don't care about what you think, Hunter. This is just my opinion. This is just my criticism. I
know,
hate them.
And this is
Nothing is gonna make
assertion.
me not hate them, okay? That's all I'm trying to say.
That's fine.
I know, but I'm talking to them. Nothing is gonna change my mind unless they both die. Then I will accept it, okay? And to be honest, if we really needed some casualties in the battle of, like, Atlas or whatever, yeah, just kill them. And that'll give Neon and Flint some tasty motivation, I guess. Kill them off. That's it.
I feel like
Get rid of them.
The second you feel as though you've been slighted, one day someone's gonna knock on my door and be like, you knew Kaylin before the killings, what was she like? And it's just like, she was cool and all, but the second she felt slighted, she would get real like they all have to die quickly.
Listen, I'm just saying, okay? Look at some fan art next time, alright? And then just pay the fan to do it if you can't think of something better than fucking Cobalt's, you know, Sonic Sephiroth, like, chic or whatever you want to call it.
Sonic Sephiroth chic is, like, kind of iffy, I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. Anyway.
But also, Maria Calavera.
I don't know
Old
if I
Maria
like...
Calavera? New Maria Calavera?
New Maria! I like her clothes. Old Maria, I can't even
adorable.
think of what her clothes look like.
Yes, you can totally think. She has like a big rosary bead
I can't
and
picture it in my head.
And she's all tiny and she's blue.
Yeah, her staff looks great. I'm just saying, like, again, just turn up the saturation a little, Rooster Teeth. Like, when we get into Vacuo, okay? I get it's Atlas and it's dark and all that stuff, but Vacuo is supposed to be like, the sun is out and everything's like, woo, like, you know what I'm
I also feel like Watts looks better even in his old clothes. I feel would look better just as they almost matched like the outside orange and purples of Mantle.
I don't know. But yeah, we will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you to all the patrons over on Patreon who support our channel. Their names will be showcased now.